So I imagine we'll see a little bit of sideboard cards here. Forsberg has a lot of different things out of the board. Not too much that I think he'd actually bring in.
Surprised Joe Bernal does not have Snapcasters anywhere.
No, yeah, his only actual creatures are Confidant, Mystic, well, then Bitter Blossom and Lingering Souls as, you know, not creatures, but still creatures. Yeah, especially with 2 Jataxian Probe, I'm a little surprised he's not Snapcastering. It seems like Joe Bernal seems like he has a lot of 2s in the deck.
This may be an in-between week.
we're not sure which way we want to go next week, so we're gonna try a couple things, keep what's good, throw away what's bad.
Though he is playing powerful spells.
Yeah, I mean,
for the most part.
yeah, you don't by diversifying, especially in a format like Legacy, you're diluting your focus, but not really diluting your power level. There's enough cards that you can maintain a very strong. You know, each card should still be strong, even if you want to play a lot of different cards.
And I don't think there's a problem with playing like mostly 2-ofs or a lot of 2-ofs in Legacy. Like when you're playing 4 Brainstorms and you're playing Jace, having diversity like that in your deck really, it gives you a ton of options as long as all the cards you're playing are powerful. Like
yeah.
I'm saying, like play like 2 of something that's not on par with the power level of the format, because that's one thing that's really, really important in Legacy is you can't have bad cards in your deck.
Right.
Occasionally you'll see somebody cast, you know, some spell that's just not quite there, and in later rounds of a tournament you're really going to get punished for it.
Right. I mean, I think the only thing which he worries about then is like losing focus. I mean, his least powerful spell is probably something like Zealous Persecution.
Yeah, I think Chrome Mox is very bad, but I mean he does have Dark Confidant and Bitter Blossom.
Right, so getting one of those on turn 1 is pretty relevant. And actually, especially against a deck like Rug Tempo, Chrome Mox is going to be an excellent card.
Yeah. Just allow him to get onto the table faster.
Yeah, especially when you have a deck that kind of attacks your lands as Rug Tempo does. Right. Both players drawing. Let's see. Yeah, still resolving Morgans. Looks like Forsberg's on the play. It's going to start with a Ponder. Pretty good for Bernal. It's not, you know, it's not a Delver. It's not a Mongoose.
Yeah, doesn't have to worry about the Mongoose onslaught.
Yeah.
Joe's deck pretty good at dealing with Mongoose.
Yeah. All right, Probe out of Bernal goes to 18, so we get to see what Forsberg kept. He's thinking about, sounds like he's thinking about dazing it. I doubt he will.
That'd be awesome for Joe if this got dazed.
Yeah. One of the, I suppose it's not too much of a, you can tank here on this because it's not too much of a tell to say that you have daze, because if you let it resolve, he'll see your hand. All right, we do have the daze. 2 fetch lands. Spell Snare, daze. Tarmogoyf and Lightning Bolt? Yeah, Lightning Bolt. So he's gonna basically up the plan of Tarmogoyf plus Disruption.
Not a bad plan.
No, not at all. I'll pick back up.
So remember, Ryan has Daze, Spell Snare, Bolt, Goyf.
Yep. Bernal's gonna crack a Marsh Flats, grabbing into really whatever land he wants. This will be just a basic swamp. No need to activate a wasteland. I think he's gonna Cabal Therapy, and that's gonna get dazed. You can't afford to let Therapy name Tarmogoyf.
Yeah, if Therapy is able to name Tarmogoyf there, then Ryan's hand is really bad.
It's really bad. The scary thing is that by picking up his land, Forsberg may not be able to prevent, you know, Bernal may just make a 2-drop here and Therapy the Tarmogoyf again.
Well, the big issue, he can't make a 2-drop because of Spell Snare.
But he can cast another Therapy.
He can cast another Therapy, that'll do it.
Yeah, pretty. All right, he has named Tarmogoyf. The draw was a Ponder. So Forsberg gonna have to find some more game. I mean, I think what's really scary right now for Forsberg is if Joe could cast Lingering Souls next turn and, you know, Therapy everything. All right, and Relic of Progenitus comes down. You know, good against Tarmogoyfs.
good against Nimble Mongoose.
Yeah.
Relic of Progenitus is a really powerful spell.
Well, what's great about it is, unlike...
It sticks around.
Yeah, is that you can incrementally
time.
use it in addition to just, it's one-time crack. One of the downsides is that he is playing Therapy, so if he does have to SOS and get the card out of it, he will lose his Cabal Therapies. It's just a pretty small downside.
Yeah, and I mean, he's a deck that can use that Therapy pretty aggressively.
Yeah.
With his Lingering Souls and...
Bitter Blossom. Forsberg cracks his fetch land. Yeah, he's going to have to find some sort of threat. Probably we'll see a Ponder out of him. Alright, and he's drawn... Yep, he'll play and cast Ponder. I'd almost wait there in case I wanted to use the fetch land after the Ponder. In case you Ponder, you probably want to ponder before your land drop there.
Definitely. And there's no reason not to. You never know when you're just going to hit, one goodie
awesome
and two
spell,
baddies.
awful. You're like, I'd really like to crack this fetch land.
It looks like that's what's going on right now.
Smash looking at his hand. I really want this one card, but then I have to have another one of them if I take it. Oh. You already played... Yeah, and then for Bernal, you already played a land this turn, and he has.
No, you already played a land. You dazed.
Yeah. Definitely.
I don't know if we can somehow communicate over to the judges, but he did already play his land.
And then they figured it out. Land's back in the hand. Ryan.
That was bold that he was arguing it.
No, I didn't play it. Look what turn it is. You dazed. Oh, yeah. Honest mistake. Is the sort of thing that even when it's an honest mistake in a tournament, you often pick up a warning for, and probably rightfully so. But and it's not that people are being cutthroat. It's more that if you are the kind of player who would intentionally try that a lot, they need a paper trail on it. Yep. Not saying that Ryan is. I think it's an honest,
Oh yeah, that was definitely
every benefit and honest mistake. But
he's on camera. There's no way he thinks that.
There's enough people watching this game that there's no way we'd all miss it.
Lingering Souls.
All right, Lingering Souls for Bernal. And he now has the option to
therapy
up his hand.
I'm surprised he didn't.
Well, Therapy a pretty marginal value at this point. I mean, would you really want to trade a 1/1 for a Lightning Bolt or for a Spell Snare? I mean, Spell Snare maybe. It depends.
I would want to trade it for Spell Snare, yeah.
Well, do I have a 2-drop in my hand? If I don't have a 2-drop, whatever. I'll beat you up, and then when I draw the 2-drop, then I'll Therapy you.
Yeah, I guess he could just do it next turn before he casts his 2-drop.
And a drawn Tarmogoyf from Forsberg, so he has a threat on the board. Engineered Explosives. Yeah, I don't think I Therapy until I see that I need to. Until, I have a 2-drop I want.
Your opponent has an Engineered Explosives on 0.
Okay, that too. That too.
So now he will, but...
Probably will swing 2, Therapy away the Spell Snare. I don't know, do you Therapy the Lightning Bolt as well, or probably not?
Well, if he asks what I name with Therapy and I get to name Lightning Bolt, I definitely take
You'd name that... Okay, so the first one you'd sacrifice and be like, Therapy you, any response? And if I say no response, you go Lightning Bolt, Therapy you again, Spell Snare?
Yeah, because, I mean, once your opponent asks you what card you're naming...
It's too late.
With Cabal Therapy, it is too late.
Those are Yo MTG wraps, or Yo wraps tokens, MTV wraps.
MC Hammer?
Yep.
Making an appearance. I'm really upset that Joe didn't break out the Heavy D and the Boys cards this weekend.
Fourth land. I like how all his how Joe Bernal is very aggressively fetching basics.
I also like that a lot. I mean, that takes a pretty big part of the Rug Tempo deck away from it.
Yeah. Having swung 2, so now he gets to debate whether or not he wants to Therapy all these cards. I think he still does. If you Therapy twice, you can get their whole hand. You can then flashback your Lingering Souls. He's going to Swords the Tarmogoyf, which is excellent.
Yeah, that's exactly what he wants to be doing here.
Thinking, nope, that's going to work, unfortunately. Fine, we'll gain some life. But, very strong play. He's going to flashback a Therapy. So, okay, in response to Therapy, he's going to get rid of that Lightning Bolt. which then means the therapy will name Spell Snare.
Yes. And then, if Ryan has another sorcery speed spell in his hand, he gets to take that one.
Let's see, he's still, keeping, he's like, no, wait, we're going to keep that on the board. Okay, bolt you.
Oh, he's bolting Joe. Joe will fall to 15. Now Joe can flashback that Lingering Souls, use the other therapy, and then...
Let's see what the other card is, if it's worth therapying. So he'll name Spell Snare. He gets Spell Snare, and there was another lightning bolt in his hand. So, you have to fire off that bolt, lest in case he names bolt. Yeah. Okay, yep, we'll take the lightning bolt too. Forsberg out of cards. And then we'll flashback Lingering Souls. Forsberg does have an answer to it. Oh, actually better. That's
yes,
Dark Confidant. Yeah, let's clearing the way for that is, Brian needs an answer immediately. Does he have it? Brainstorm.
Just a raw brainstorm. That's rough.
Let's find an answer. It looks like there's a fetch land in there. See a
yeah, but then he has
Tarn.
to put back both other cards to play that fetch land.
Well, he can keep the card he wants.
Yeah, and then next
yeah,
turn,
it's still pretty rough.
We're seeing Cabal Therapy and how strong
Forked
it can
Bolt,
be
1 and 1. All right.
That's not too bad.
It got rid of the Dark Confidant. I think it's excellent.
Exactly what he needed to do.
Relic on end step, get a card. Joe, though, with the ability just to reload at will. Okay. Gitaxian Probe. I'll look at your hand of 0 cards. Cast.
Liliana of the Veil.
All right. I'm not sure he doesn't use it. Just cast it.
Yeah.
All right.
Delver
of Secrets drawn. I know Relic.
Maybe a Swords to Plowshares in his hand. You never know.
Bernal, yeah. All right. Sack a creature. Gets rid of the Delver. Flashback Lingering Souls. Gets the threat on the battlefield. You notice that Joe's picking up the tempo here. There's not too much time left in there. I think there are about 5 minutes remaining. Joe definitely probably feels like he has a command on this game. Just needs to make sure that he wins it in time.
Yeah.
Had the Dark Confidant stayed in play, I don't think he would have had a very quick win on the board. He's going to have to work at it this time, but it's there.
Why is Ryan at 20 now? What happened?
He got a Tarmogoyf Swords a while ago. I don't think we've actually... Okay. Yeah, life totals have been a little off. Now they're on. It's 20 to 11. All right, Liliana, both players discard. All right, and he's going to fire the 2 tokens. All right, so Joe needing a threat again. Okay, more Lingering Souls. Bring back the MC Hammers. Say go. So Joe has not... Yeah, Liliana, so is fired in response to Liliana. Nimble Mongoose. Right, and Step Relic.
Players, that is time in the round.
Time being called. I'm not sure if they've had an extension or not. Joe's going to need to be quick here.
Please raise your hand and call for a judge.
Yeah.
Can't flashback Lingering Souls due to the engineered explosives. He's probably going to have to just do 2 damage at a time. Just keep swinging, keep on trucking.
If you're Ryan here, do you pack it in?
You mean the gentleman sort of pack in?
The gentleman's. Oh, they have 5-minute extension.
5-minute extension. Okay. I don't if I'm Ryan. We're early enough in the tournament.
Yeah, we're early enough for it.
I will not slow down my play. I will afford Joe every chance to beat me. I think that's the sporting thing to do. But
I agree.
If I'm Joe, I'm not thinking this long. I'm making plays. It's probable that Joe will make a misplay if he does that, but his board is so far ahead that he'll win despite a misplay. And what he really needs to do, he's going to Edict the Mongoose. He needs to win. He needs to not die. Not go to a draw here is terrible, you know. He's going to cast Flashback Lingering Souls. Okay, that'll almost certainly get an Engineered Explosives and a second relic. I think he's probably going to crack one of these relics now.
Yep.
Forsberg draws a card, passes the turn. Joe does not end step. He end steps, says double relic without tapping. He's shortcutting now. 4 damage in play, served, puts Ryan down to 14. He's still slow rolling on the Engineered Explosives because it stops Joe from committing anything more. Yep. The explosives will get 4 creatures. All right, Pyroclasm. It's pretty good.
Yep, that'll do it.
That'll do it. All 4 tokens gone. Still saves him the engineered explosives. If I'm Joe, I probably crack one of these relics, and he's going to. Both players exile their yards. I think I keep the other one right now.
Yeah, well, so you draw.
That's what he does. Draws again. Gonna need a threat. He has plenty in his deck.
He does have plenty in his deck.
So 3 mana, one of each color. Lingering Souls. All right, passes the turn.
Ryan's still with
an EE on 0. But Ryan really is playing off the top of his deck. Probably not with a chance to win, but maybe a chance to draw. Draws, passes back. Joe draws, swings 2. Ryan drops to 12. Almost halfway there.
Joe's got to hurry.
Joe's got about 2 minutes left before time's called. He's just going to pass the turn. He has no more threats. Another card for Ryan. Passes back. Joe untap. Draw. He is going to brainstorm. Excellent. Draws into another brainstorm. A couple other cards. Puts 2 back. And a fetch land. Powerful interaction, so he'll get new cards. Knocks Ryan down to 10. And will, I believe, pass the turn. He does. Ryan draws a 3rd card. Ryan, yeah, still with very few outs, but certainly could draw this, could make this game take a while. So, plays a fetch land, taps 3 for not many spells at 3. I don't see anything he has at 3, actually.
Sulfuric Vortex?
Okay, Sulfuric Vortex. If I'm Ryan, I almost don't want to cast that.
Yeah, doesn't that make...
I mean, that seems like Ryan actually believes he can win this game, which I guess I believe is not true at this point.
Maybe Ryan's hand is multiple burn spells.
If Ryan's hand is like 2... But remember, we've already seen 2 lightning bolts in the yard. Yeah. If there's enough burn spells...
I'm surprised that Joe cracked that fetch land, to be honest. I know that he's just looking for more threats, but
the thing is, he has brainstormed.
You're right. So
I mean, the value's probably so high that you still do it. Both players at 10... Yeah, I do like Ryan's style. Like, that's pretty sporting. Ryan's actually just trying to win. About a minute left in the round.
Joe's really got to speed up here.
Yeah, you don't want to draw... Even
it doesn't matter what land you get with your Flooded Strand.
Just play.
Just put one in.
Put into play, offer, cut, go. All right. Tundra.
You want to win.
If you get the wrong... All right. You know, I... Stop shuffling. Okay. I mean, it's a little disconcerting, you know, that play, you're like, oh, my opponent's going to try to kill me. Maybe Joe's definitely slows down the pace based on that play. He's going to brainstorm again on end step. Gets another fetch land in there. One more fetch land is probably fine to crack. After that, you don't want to crack more. Yeah. Looks like Joe's settling in for the draw. Yeah, I don't really like that at all. You know, and if Ryan, you know, a really good move by him, an unusual play has really just thrown Joe off his pace. All right, says go. Joe goes to 8 on upkeep. Swing back, puts Ryan on 8. Yes, contemplating a swing. Yeah, he's flustered here, isn't he? I think he's just really been off-put by that play and doesn't know what to make of it. Ryan cracking a fetch land, so Joe's still gonna swing. He'll crack engineered explosives. So Ryan goes to 9 off that. 9's fine. 9 doesn't actually mean anything. 8 means a bunch.
8 means a bunch.
8's a turn. Okay, those are both gone, and time has just been called. And I think Ryan's stolen a draw here.
I think they're drawing. I don't think they would have drawn.
No, I think this was Joe's game to win, and I think he panicked at the Sulfuric Vortex. He's gonna flashback Lingering Souls. Yeah, this is turn 0. So Joe only will get 2 more attacks. That's not that 2. Ryan will have 3 turns, so Ryan drops to 7 here.
Yep.
But there's very few plays in Joe's deck that actually can get him to the correct amount of life quick enough. I mean, a Zealous Persecution can push more damage here. a Stoneforge getting Jite can push extra damage, or a Jite. And other than that, he doesn't really have any other ways to push more damage. And really, all it's on his Ryan now is to find one way to kill these lingering soul tokens. Joe draws a card, drops to 6. He's cracked his other relic. This is turn 2. Swings, puts Ryan to 5. So Jite has not drawn and no longer an out, because Joe only has one more turn remaining. And Joe's going to be 1 damage short, it looks like.
Well, no, Joe will get another turn. He'll be able to put Ryan on 1, but then Ryan will have
We'll
to
have the
take
last
turn
turn. Ryan will,
5.
okay, so
He
Ryan
will die
Ryan
to
is
his own
prepared to
support
die.
forces.
As long as Ryan will have to kill both tokens here, but if he does that, Ryan will have earned himself a draw. Yep, Ryan dropping to 3. Remember, he cannot play a fetch land.
Joe going down to 4 here. Turn both those guys sideways, cross your fingers.
Yeah, and this is one of the things that, quick play there would have given Joe just like 1 extra turn here. Would have made this game pretty easy for him.
Yep. All came down to 1 turn.
Ryan's going to go to 1. Is it going to work? Oh, he's going to Zealous Persecution, try for the win. I actually don't like the Zealous Persecution play because fire is the only thing that beats you here. And I would have waited, like, Ryan, he's giving Ryan the opportunity to cast fire right now and win.
Well, I think there's only one
There's
fire.
only one fire.
So, but he doesn't know that.
Right, he doesn't know that. I don't think it actually is a card that gets him. Maybe, like, okay. Corrosive Grip, Spell Pierce, not enough. Joe Bernal ekes out the win. Commanding
Wins
board
on
state
turn 5.
almost loses to the clock. But
Close
pulls
one.
it out.
Close one, Joe.
I like